Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Resero Network. I am Dan. I'm joined by Dean once again.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, Dean?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. Guess what we're looking at today?
State of Decay, some zombie killing stuff.
We are comparing the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X versions of State of Decay 2 to see how they shape up against one another. We're going to be looking at load times, we're going to be looking at frame rates, we're going to be looking at visuals, textures, everything. And to kick things off, we are kicking things off with a sped up version. This isn't actually real time of the load times. So the first one was the Xbox One, which came in at, what is it? Was it
34 seconds?
34 seconds?
Yep.
The Xbox One S, you said before we started, was 10 seconds?
9 seconds faster, yeah.
9 seconds faster. So, of course, considerable difference. And then, of course, the Xbox One X, which is surprising, this one. The Xbox One X is quicker, even though it's 4K.
Yep.
So that's the first time I think we've seen that, actually, right? Because in other tests we've done with the improved kind of, or with the 4K assets and stuff like that, it tends to be very similar between the S and the X. But this time, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, was it?
4 or 5 seconds faster
4
than
or 5
the
seconds. Yeah, and then first things, frame rate. The frame rate was an interesting one for us because the Xbox One does it at about, I want to say it's around like high 30s, low 40, right?
Yeah.
We weren't sure about this. Same with the S. The S is just a little bit worse than the original Xbox, right? It's like mid-30s.
Yeah, and then it peaks at 40s every now and then, like now.
Yeah, but we weren't sure about this, so we literally went through and counted the frames. And yeah, it's correct. And the Xbox One X version, solid 30. Well, a little bit over, 31, 32. And the odd dip, but not noticeable.
Doesn't go to the 40s like the previous two.
No, did you play the first State of Decay?
No, I did not.
The first State of Decay, the frame rate was awful. So it's good to see now we've actually got a stable frame rate. And I've played it quite a bit since, no issues. Here we've got the One and the One X, and the S and the One X. And you can see things like the textures, like the anti-aliasing, obviously on the One and the One S aren't great, but on the One X they are great. Here you can see them side by side now, and like you can actually see like the wire mesh, basically, the anti-aliasing, absolutely nailing it on the One X. And here we have a little bit further, and then you can just see like the detail on the back on the One X version compared to the One and the One S version. There isn't much of a difference between the One and the One S version, is there really?
No, they're very, very similar, but it's just mainly huge difference between the X and the past two previous consoles. Yeah,
it looks a little bit blurry on the One and the One S, like if you're looking at the character models, but on the One X, like quite defined, and same with the faces, and things like that. So, and like the background as well. Obviously, you couldn't get the zombies in the exact same falling place. But then here we go, we have another one. I gotta say that the One and the One S versions don't look incredible. But I don't know whether that's because we've been spoilt by the One X and various games these days that's starting to look fantastic. But the One X version is like there's a massive difference between them. Clearly, because it's like 4 times more powerful, or 4.5 times, or whatever it is. But yeah, as we can see them here, side by side, you can see just like the trees and the One X version compared to the One and the One S version. Obviously the character models, but then just the textures on the ground, like the gravel, the bushes down by the road, those little things, and the rocks, and obviously the draw distance, like things are detailed further away from the camera. I think this is a good one to show the difference between the One and the One X. So just looking at those rocks, right? They actually look like rocks on the right.
You can see the tiling on the little front bit of the house there. Yeah,
for sure. So yeah, like, and then look at the distance going back. Like you can actually kind of make out what it is in the distance on the One X, which again is unsurprising. But the thing that did surprise me was the textures up close on the wooden things. There wasn't a massive difference between the three versions, which I thought the X would have had better kind of textures. But what we are dealing with here is a massive kind of open world game. Say massive, I don't know how massive yet. We're not that far into it. But yeah, you can see like things like the welcome sign and the anti-aliasing on like the poles and the stuff, and like the flags. Obviously the One X version drastically no, well, enough, it's significantly better. So yeah, anybody who's looking to play this on the One X is going to get obviously the best experience, although the frame rate isn't as good as the other consoles, but it's a solid 30 for the most part.
And you get like 4K textures, right?
You do get 4K textures. So,
I
mean, it's a trade-off. There's no performance mode or anything, which kind of surprised us. And, of course, this is out on our Games Pass for everyone that has Games Pass. So, that's pretty cool because it's free video games, effectively. Yay! I say free. It's £10 a month. But still, like, if you did £10 a month and you played this for a month, you basically paid £10 for State of Decay. So... but yes, that was the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, and the Xbox One X version of State of Decay, which is out this week. We'll have our review on xboxachievements.com Thursday, I don't want to say, so keep an eye out for that. We might have a review on the channel video-wise. We don't know yet. We'll see. But folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.